Hi Pisces and Pisces rising. This is your November 2016 forecast. So November is said to be quite an stimulating and exciting month for you. We've got the new moon on the 30th of October happening in your 9th house. And the 9th house is the house of adventure, higher ideals, objectives. You know, it's going to put you into a very curious frame of mind. You want to explore the world, experience new and exciting things. So change of scenery, like you want to get beyond the everyday mundane concerns and into something exciting, stimulating, meaningful. So for some of you, this could come about through a new course of study, and for some of you, it could present itself with a wonderful opportunity for a vacation. So learning about new cultures and experiencing the world in a brighter, better way. So let's look at what else is happening this month. We've got Mars for the first half of the month in your 11th house. So this is all about teamwork and cooperation. So Mars here, the energy of this planet, you know, your goals, drives and ambitions are going to be best achieved through partnerships and cooperation and teamwork. So the more you can align your goals with those of other people, the more you'll be able to get things done. So it could be a very productive and constructive stretch for you working with other people and getting more done as a result. So your dreams and ambitions and objectives can be realized through group efforts and social opportunities. So let's look at what else is happening. Mercury is in your 9th house with the Sun. And so Mercury and the Sun together, you know, in your 9th house, it's going to, like I said, awaken your curiosity, your sense of adventure. You're going to have a lot of conversations, possibly with people that are either foreign or come from very different backgrounds from you. So, you know, your mind is in an exploratory way. You want to learn new things, perhaps refine techniques and procedures, especially since Mercury will be going into your 10th house after the middle of the month. And Mercury in the 10th, it's a very good time to further studies with regards to careers. So if you need to refine your techniques and professional procedures a little bit more, it could be time to take a course that would be appropriate to help you further your career objectives. And this will help you prepare for the Sun moving into your 10th at the end of the month. So with Mercury in the 10th, there can be a lot of paperwork, errands, you know, you can find there's a lot to attend to in terms of paperwork, business talks and conversations, but it's also can be a productive aspect in the sense that it might be a good time to ask for a raise. And bar that, you know, you can investigate what you would need to do to go about getting a raise. So Venus in your 10th house until the 12th of November. So Venus in the 10th, very good for, you know, working out things harmoniously with other people in the office. So, you know, you tend to get a very favorable review from superiors. And Venus makes you look for harmonious solutions. It's not so ego, conflict driven as, say, for instance, Mars, which can have you clashing horns. Venus is going to be harmonious, cooperative, eager to please. And for some of you, it might present an opportunity for a romance, perhaps with somebody above your station. But other than that, Venus is going to help you make a very favorable impression with the people that count in regards to your work and career. So in the latter half of the month, Venus is moving into your 11th house, and this is the house of friendships, hopes and dreams. But Venus in the 11th is the best possible placement for social activities and social engineering, so very good for business conferences, very good for making a good impression. But Venus in the 11th, also very good for doing fun, sociable activities with friends. So outings, parties, meeting up with new people, making connections. Venus is a yin planet, so it's very passive, so you don't have to make too much of an effort in this regard. Things are going to kind of come your way. So opportunities for social excitement and adventure, and group activities definitely on the cards for you. So Mars until the 9th of November has been in your 11th house, and like I said there, it's been working very hard in terms of teamwork and cooperation. But from the 9th, Mars is moving into your 12th house, and here Mars is going to be working a little bit more behind the scenes. So this period, it's, you know, it's good to get things lined up, to, you know, plan and strategize in private, perhaps do a little bit of work and, you know, think things through, review, strategize and plan. You can feel a little bit like, you know, with Mars in this house, but Venus is likely balancing it out in the 11th. You know, that you're perhaps not making the right impression at all times, or that occasionally people are working against you. But I'd say with all the Venus energy balancing out in the 10th and 11th houses, this shouldn't really be too much of a problem. So Mars in the 12th, I think for you is going to be more about strategizing, getting your ducks in a row for the next big project. Okay, so let's look at the transits this month. The 30th of October, the month of November, really kicks off with this new moon, even though it's still in October, with the Sun, Moon, and Mercury trining Neptune. And this is from your 9th to your 1st houses, so there could be a lot of exciting schemes and developments around travel or study. So some of you might be taking up a new course of study, or planning a vacation or a travel destination that's going to take you beyond the everyday. So plans and ideas around those things. We've got Mercury joining the Sun and the Moon, so this puts you in touch with your gut instinct, and your emotional feelings and sensitivities are quite acute. But Mercury also the mover and shaker and talker, so this allows you to project yourself quite eloquently. So, you can think big and dream big at this time, and because it's that new moon energy, you can take the initiative to plan around things that you want to do. Plan around your higher ideals and aspirations, because the 9th house is that house where we're looking to broaden our experience. So any way you want to do it, this is the time to dream big and take actionable steps to achieve those dreams and goals. So on the 7th of November, the Sun is sextiling Pluto from your 9th to your 11th houses. So this is very good for clearing the air, clearing the decks. Possible issues with friends or groups could present themselves, but you'll be able to resolve them very easily. It's an easy aspect. The sextile is going to enable you to kind of make any changes that you want to, clear the air if there have been tensions, and it'll be a good opportunity to realign your interests with those of a group. So the full moon this month is going to be in your 3rd house. So the polarity is between the 9th and the 3rd houses. So because you've been thinking big picture and idealistically, perhaps around metaphysical subjects, the law even, the 3rd house can bring you back to the ground with a thump. There may be routine communications, letters, phone calls, errands, conversations that you need to have. So this is all about dealing with the mundane world. So maybe some of that is catching up with you, or you've left it unattended. And now you've got to bring your focus here, make those phone calls, make those connections, have those conversations that you need to have, and attend to routine everyday concerns. So bringing you back to the ground, but just attend to business, and then you can get back to dreaming big time. So on the 19th, Venus is sextiling Neptune from the 11th to the 1st. And Venus and Neptune working together in harmonious aspect really stimulates creative, romantic, imaginative possibilities. And because the 11th house is the house of friendship, this would be very good for a kind of romantic interlude, or possibly a beautiful outing with a friend, since these two planets can also combine in a very scenic way. But this could be as simple as going for a lovely picnic with a friend, or doing something, or taking a scenic trip with a friend. And because Venus in the 11th house is that planet of love, for some of you, a friendship might be turning into something a little bit more personal and meaningful in a romantic sense. So if this possibility is there, then this aspect could ignite it. So the 22nd and the 23rd are very good business days. We've got Mercury sextiling Jupiter, and Mercury also conjuncting Saturn. So Mercury and Saturn makes you very clear-headed, logically orientated, detail-orientated and fastidious. But Mercury and Jupiter together are very good for conversations. So business conversations and negotiations are really favored. Big picture thinking. But Mercury and Saturn together draws you back to the details, helps you get everything on paper, and possibly a few signatures to boot. So on the 24th, Jupiter is squaring Pluto from your 8th to your 11th house. And, this is where this aspect really arouses ambition. You want to achieve something meaningful. You want to have a platform where you make a difference, where you can make a powerful impact. The 11th house is that house of hopes, dreams, and aspirations, so it could be a philanthropic or a humanitarian effort or initiative, so perhaps you find a voice there. But whatever you do, see if you can't make a big difference in this world with your own personal initiative. So on the 25th, Venus is conjuncting Pluto in the 11th house. And if a friendship has blossomed into a romance, this will really intensify those feelings of love and connection. For some people, it can make friends a little bit more jealous or possessive even. So this is true if a friendship has turned into a relationship. Or friends could be behaving in a possessive or domineering way. So you'll just have to see how it works out. But on the plus side, it does connect you more with your feelings. It just intensifies them. So this can be a really good aspect as well for heart-to-heart talks with a friend. So, if there's something that you need to say or get off your chest, then this could be just the aspect to do it. So on the 26th, Mercury is trining Uranus from your 10th to your 2nd. And this could really present you with interesting new avenues for financial revenue, how to bring more money in from your career, because, your financial house is being triggered here and your professional house is being triggered. Mercury and Uranus together, very electrifying, mentally stimulating and alive aspect, so your mind is feeling sharp. If a problem has been eluding you, this will be the one that will help you figure out that solution. So, you really use this mental stimulus, to kind of see your way out of a difficult situation if need be. And like I said, for you, it could be novel approaches to making money. So you could have quite an epiphany on that in that respect. So the month wraps up with a new moon in your 10th house, and this is where the sun will be for the last week of the month as well. So the sun in the 10th, the spotlight is really on your career, how you get recognition for the work that you've done. So it's all about your professional standing. So this house can really put you out in the public and in the limelight. And it's very professionally orientated. So the focus is on career and career objectives and wanting to get ahead, and visibility in that regard. So this particular new moon at the end of the month has got some difficult aspects with Neptune. The sun and the moon is squaring Neptune, so this wouldn't be the time to, commit to a new course of action or business deal or sign any paperwork, because you won't have a very clear sense of what's going on. Neptune can excuse me. So Neptune can make, you have a very poor grasp of, all the details at hand. Your thinking isn't very clear or precise. People can also be misrepresenting themselves. Things can seem too good to be true. Sometimes drugs or alcohol can amplify these effects, but not necessarily. But it's a good analogy for how your mind is thinking. So don't commit to a course of action just yet. Wait for the fog to clear and the fairy dust to lift from your eyes, and, see how things really fall into place after that. But other than that, it's going to be very good for creative thinking, generally speaking. And, so you may find yourself working in a creative capacity professionally for a change, even if it's not what you ordinarily do. Anyway, thank you so much for listening. And if you've liked this forecast, please subscribe. Thank you very much. Bye.